Oh, it feels good to be back. It really does. Every time I come back to the channel, it feels good to be back. Hello, travelers of the internet! Welcome back to Guardian Studios, or if you're new to the channel, hey there and welcome to ya. My name is JGuard01, and I am your host, your guide, and your humble bard into the world's virtual and fantastical. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I say that, sometimes I don't. Either way, I am very pleased to welcome you all back to the channel, or in the case of the newcomers, welcome you fresh to a Guardian Studios experience here on the YouTube channel. We are back on the world of Galabor once again, my friends, where we have a bit of work to do. As you may know, we have been working on a very important and big project. We have Iron Farm, we have a Gold Farm, but we do not have a Copper Farm. Yet. At the moment, I am working on trying to get all the materials to finish building a drowned farm, which can serve as our infinite copper farm. Unfortunately, we need more glass, so I'm going to have to get some more sand. At some point, I may have to find a desert where I can get some of this stuff a little easier. Hey, we got sea turtles. Got turtles. Turtle. I know, it's a weird way to say it, but I picked it up from old cartoons. Hey, it's Leo! Leo is here! Hello again! It is good to see you, Leo. Once again, I appreciate you putting up the rules, my man. I always appreciate you doing that. Go ahead and scoop up this. Want just 8 more sand, and then I'll be good to go. Where can I skim that off? Maybe right here? Yeah, there we go. 3 stacks ought to handle what I need. Hey, Orlando! Orlando, good to see you, my friend. Oh, yeah, after the stream, I will jump on and do a recording of your server, giving a little review of it, my friend. I mean, if that's alright, if you don't mind me doing it that way. Yeah, I'm curious to see what you've got so far on your server. I am. I'm genuinely curious. There we go. That should be plenty of sand to satisfy our glass needs. Unfortunately, to my understanding, we're also going to need building blocks, as well as leaves. Based on what I remember of the tutorial for the drowned farm, we are going to need those materials too. Building blocks I've got covered. I've got cobblestone coming out of my ears around here. What I do not have a lot of, on the other hand, is stinking leaves. Although we've got tons built up on the trees around here. Alright, no more steak in there. Any steak in here? Nope. Pork chops. Alright, so I'm gonna have to start getting ready for using chicken and pork chops as my main meat for a while. Good to know. Yeah, I got cobblestone all over the place around here. I'm sure that between the different kinds of cobble that I've got, the different bunches of cobble, I should be able to get what I need for the drowned farm. Just gotta wait for the glass to finish cooking, and then we can go put that in and then move on to the next step in construction. I'm very, very interested to know how this is going to work out. While that stuff is processing, though, I think we're going to take some tridents and try to get a good trident to have in the drowned farm. I know I've got tons of the things scattered around my base, so let's see if we can find a few and enchant them until we get a good enchantment set. Besides, I need to improve on my main trident, which is a mending trident. I always make sure that I've got a trident with loyalty and mending, so that I can use it for ranged combat whenever possible, because, don't get me wrong, a bow is ideal, but there's no harm in having something else to fall back on, right? Right. Question is, where have I got all the tridents scattered around to? Because I know I've got a few. I know I've got a few of them. I'm just not sure where I've got them all. My goal is to have a perfect personal trident, and then if possible, get a good one to put in the farm that will be using it. Or using one, I mean. Aha! Yeah, I've got a bunch. Good grief. It's amazing how many you get just from fighting random trident drowned. But I'm pretty sure once we get... Hey, here's a couple more. Once we get this drowned farm done, I'm going to have to make a lot of use. I'm going to have to throw the trident in immediately once it can spawn in drowned. I'm breaking 3 and loyalty 3. Good. Impaling 4. Ooh! That might be good for my personal one. Except channeling is potentially dangerous. Ooh. Maybe I'll just do that. Ooh! Okay. I've got my personal trident's components. These 3. So I'm going to have this one as a backup. And then... Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I just thought of something. I can't put a loyalty trident in there. It's got to have no loyalty on it. And these keep getting loyalty. Oh, no. Hey! Hey, Delta! Good to see you, dude. How you doing? Doing alright? Ah, Riptide. Alright, so we've got a Riptide Trident in the making. That's actually not entirely bad. Ah, why does it keep giving them loyalty? Because thinking about it, loyalty is actually not good to have on a trident that I need to put in a drowned farm. When I go to put one in the drowned farm, it's got to be able to stay in the drowned farm. So maybe I'll just do this fully intact one instead. So these 3 I'm going to combine to make my good trident. But putting impaling on one would be ideal. You know what? I got a better idea. We need some more lapis. And I need to craft an anvil. I'm doing pretty good, Delta, if you are talking to me. I say it that way because I'm not entirely sure if you are or not. Here, boop. And boom. That gives us an anvil, which we need. Put that away. Make some more lapis lazuli. Okay. I'm actually thinking I might melt the impaling trident into my personal loyalty trident. So, boop da boom. Yeah, put it in that way. Actually, wait a minute. Don't do that yet. Before I do that, I should really finish enchanting these to try to get some more stuff. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad it's performing better. Ah! Riptide. I wish it wouldn't do that. I don't want Riptide. Sweet. There we go. There we go. Just impaling. That's what we need. Okay, loyalty. If it's just loyalty, loyalty is gone. Alright, Riptide, plain Riptide alone, that's also gone. Alright, so let's see what we got. We got 2 Impaling 4s. We got this Impaling 4 with Riptide that I'm going to melt into my Mending 1, which is going to go with this. We got a Channeling 1, which I'll probably put away. Yeah, makes sense. Delta makes sense. Yeah, I know what Riptide does. I know what Riptide does, Delta. And it is very useful. I just am not worried about getting it right now. Right now I'm trying to set up a trident that specifically has Impaling, so that I can put it in the Drowned farm and be able to grind down the Drowned a lot faster. And for that, it has to have no... It cannot have... What's up, Hoyt? Good to see you, my man. To put one in the Drowned farm, it has to have no loyalty enchantment and no Riptide. And no channeling. If it's got channeling, that's just going to foul it up. Oh. Okay, I can meld these 2 channeling ones together. Oh! Snap! Okay, that's not ideal. Impaling 4. Yes! Just Impaling 4. Okay. Okay, so I can set aside an Impaling 1 for... a Riptide 1 for me. So... let's go meld together my personal trident. My personal throwing trident. I still hope the spear gets the ability to be thrown at some point, because I think that would be smart. I think it'd be good for that to be a thing. Alright, we got 4 Impaling 4s, so... Doo-doo-doo. Good. Good. Boop and boom. Combine. Alright, so I've got my 2 personals. 1 done, 1 in the making. I've got an Impaling 5 for the bit that's going to need that. And I've got a channeling 1 for me as well. Sweet. Okay. So we've got our tridents covered. Our trident needs are taken care of. Let's go put these tridents away. I don't really have any use for the Riptide 1 right now, but... Oh yeah? You did, Hoyt? Nice! That's awesome! And this stream we're going to be working on the Drowned farm some more. It's not finished yet, so I've got to keep working on it. Alright, there's the channeling, the Riptide, and the Favored. I love that horn. I really do love that horn. It is so cool. Alright, so that's the trident we'll have to use at the Drowned farm. My plan is to hopefully be able to throw it into the farm and just leave the farm running. We'll beta test that with a different trident later, assuming we can get another to use for testing. But my intention is to definitely have an Impaling 5 trident in the farm if we can, so that any drown that spawn in will die pretty much instantly. Make the job a lot quicker. One day I've got to get a heavy core so I can make a mace. I don't really care for the mace in the way that it's used, but no reason why I can't get one, you know? Yeah, let's go sleep real quick, and then we'll grab the glass and go get busy. Leo, you already posted the rules earlier, my man. I appreciate you making sure we got them, though. Hey, Leo. Dude, you've already been in here and said that and dropped the rules. Thank you for making sure we have them, though. Again. Alright, let's see here. Glass. Alright. Once we put in the rest of the glass... Uh-oh. Why is his message repeating? Oh, don't tell me that there's something going on with the chat. I hope not. That would not be good. That would be very concerning, actually. Justin, find out. Can everybody still hear me okay? Can everybody still hear and see everything that's going on? What in the world? Okay, for some reason, Hoyt, a message just came through on my end in the chat from you that was in a different language. I've deleted it because... Oh, okay. Yeah, I did delete it, though, because it, I have a rule with the chat where all messages have to be in English, because I can't read any other languages, and I don't want to risk anything being put in the chat that I wouldn't want in the chat. Just want to make sure you guys know that that is a thing. I do have to have all chat messages have to be in English so I can read them. Exactly, exactly, Hoyt. It's to help make sure that nobody tries to sneak any kind of insults or cussing or anything behind my back towards each other or towards me or to anyone else. I don't want to risk that happening without me knowing about it. This is meant to be a family-friendly channel, and I intend to keep it that way. Ah, okay. Cool, I appreciate that. Alright. Now, I'm not going to put in the last 2 blocks of glass yet because I'm not quite ready for this to be blocked off, which it would be. Oh, wait a minute. Then again... There we go. Yeah, no, I get that. I understand that, Hoyt. Makes sense to me. Alright, so the glass is in place. Glancing into the tutorial so I can see what else I need to know. Oh, I see. I see how this guy's having that part work. But is that gonna work? Oh! Darn tutorial. Ah. Hey, I appreciate that, Hoyt. Hey, no worries, dude. No worries. I completely understand. I truly do. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the tutorial and see what is next in terms of the steps. And I'm seeing exactly what comes next. And I'm looking forward to this part. This part's going to be satisfying. Hey, no worries, my dude. No worries. I totally understand. Alright, so we are going to drop. Uh-oh. We got our little scaffolding buddy coming down. He must have picked up what he could. I think we're going to go down slow this time, so that we can bring the LAs with us. Normally I just jump off of here. Hey, the important thing is that you put in the effort, my dude. Most important thing is trying. Putting in effort. That's the case with just about everything. Yeah, see, this is why I was hoping that the little guys would come along, because I'd like the one to pick up that scaffolding there. It's easiest to collect blocks when I let the little guys do the collecting. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to put in a water elevator on that farm to get me up to the AFK spot. That's already a for certain thing. But my first priority is making sure that I'll be able to get this farm operational first. Once I know it'll be able to be operational, then I'll deal with the water elevator. Make sure the farm is functional first, then worry about getting access to it in a hurry. What's my favorite drink? Well, one of my favorite drinks, it's not my absolute favorite, but it's one of my favorites, would be Coca-Cola. Preferably diet Coca-Cola, however. I don't really care for the original flavor as much. The diet is better to me. that makes sense. That makes sense. Haha. Yeah, I know a few people that do Dr. Pepper, Diet Dr. Pepper. Myself, I've never been able to really enjoy the taste of Dr. Pepper, but I mean, if someone likes it, that's good for them, I'd say. To each their own. Alright, so I'm gonna need some solid blocks. But I want it to be stuff that's not gonna leave me breaking glass or ice super fast. So, I have a thought. We're gonna need either some sand or some gravel. I'm thinking we're gonna go with gravel. Just gotta find some. Yeah, Hoyt? Same about what, Delta? Just so I know what, just so I know if we're on the same page on something. Ah! There we go, some gravel. Where can I get more? I guess I gotta go down to the mine. Copper golem to take out the flesh into another chest that tunnels it into a lava pool. Yeah, I've thought about just doing that, but I've come to learn that copper golems do not... When you've got a bunch of copper golems in one small space, and a bunch of chests around for them that they can reach, they kind of mess each other up a little bit. They kind of mess each other up and get in each other's way. That's why I ended up taking copper golems out of the equation at the gold farm. Originally, I was going to have copper golems do the sorting and the filtering and stuff with the items there, but that was not working. They were getting in each other's way, kind of, and making each other open the wrong chest first. So they would end up opening the chest where the gold swords were supposed to go, but they'd be putting stuff in that chest that wasn't the golden swords. And that stuff would end up getting sent down to the smelting room and clog up the system. So I ended up having to just use hoppers to make the filter system work. Ah, I get you. I get you, Hoyt. But, yeah, using copper golems to help move that stuff around wouldn't be a bad idea. I would just have to figure out a way to make it work right. But I am planning on having a way to dispose of anything that I don't want to keep from the farm. What'll end up happening, I think, is I'll have a filter for nautilus shells, a filter for copper, and then I'll put a little space, have a filter for rotten flesh, and I'll have copper golems at the end of that filter, take that stuff out, put it in a chest that'll just dispense it onto a cactus. That way that rotten flesh just goes bye-bye. And I'll have the same cactus be fed any excess equipment items that I don't want from the end of the filter system. Because we're going to get tridents in the farm as well, but we may also get, like, armor from some of the drowned. I don't know if drowned naturally spawn with armor, or if they have to convert from being zombies in order to make that happen. If it's the latter, then awesome. But if drowned can spawn with some kind of armor naturally now, and you just don't always see the armor, then I've got to make sure we have a way to get rid of the armor. Do the... are you talking about the drowned? Yeah, the drowned. D-R-O-W-N-E-D. That's how you say drowned. That's how you spell drowned. Here, let me pause for a second. I'll put that in the... No worries, Hoyt. No worries. Hey, if I can help out with learning a couple of words here and there, that's just icing on the cake, I'd say. But yeah, drowned do drop nautilus shells if you, if they're carrying them. Sometimes a drowned will appear with a nautilus shell in one of its hands, and if you kill it, it'll drop the nautilus shell. Which, those nautilus shells, right now, they're mainly just used for making conduits, but having more of them is never going to be a bad thing, because as far as I am aware, there's never going to be a shortage of hearts of the sea, because as long as the world is infinite, we've got infinite chances of finding sunken treasure with the heart of the sea. Nautilus. The Nautilus. Up until this coming update, it was just an item that we could get, the Nautilus shell. But there is an update coming called Mounts of Mayhem. And in the Mounts of Mayhem update, we're getting some changes to Drowned, as well as other mobs. Zombies and Drowned are both going to get a new mount that they can spawn on. Zombies are going to get the zombie horse, which, until Mounts of Mayhem, we've been able to spawn in the zombie horse in creative, but it's never appeared in survival. With Mounts of Mayhem, they will introduce the zombie horse as a survival entity. So we'll actually be able to get them, armor them up, and use them as mounts of our own in survival, finally. But the Nautilus is what you just said. The Drowned are actually going to have a mount themselves called the Zombie Nautilus. The Zombified Nautilus. And there will also be a non-zombie Nautilus. And the Nautilus is basically the happy ghast of the water. That's the easiest way I can explain the Nautilus as it currently stands. It's meant to be the happy ghast of water. The happy ghast, you can ride on it and it flies around similar to how we fly in creative mode. Yes! Yes! Pretty much, wait. Yeah, here, let me put something in the chat here. There you go. Yeah, the smiling, floating guys, those are the happy ghasts, which are a flying mount. The first ever flying mount that we've ever been able to get in the game. They're slow, but you can carry multiple people on them. Yes, the regular ghast. Yeah. The regular ghast is the bad one. The happy ghast is the one that you can actually tame. It's the one that you can actually raise from a ghastling into a happy ghast, which will let you ride on it. Yep, exactly. Oh! Shoot, I forgot. It's gotta be a non-silk touch tool. Okay, Alright, that would work, but that's slow. Yeah, Fireball Ghast is mean. Happy Ghast is good. Happy Ghast is your friend. Fireball Ghast hates you. And the Fireball Ghast will always hate us. The Happy Ghast is kind. He doesn't mind us. Yeah, the Happy Ghast you can ride on with multiple people. And you can fly around as if you were in creative. But it is slow moving, and there's no way to really speed him up. The Nautilus is planned to be basically like the Happy Ghast, but in the water, and only one person can ride it at a time. The Nautilus will actually give us a permanent water-breathing effect as long as we're riding on it, according to the current build. The current snapshots are making it so that we can see the Nautilus is meant to give us water breathing when we're riding it. That lasts only as long as you're on the Nautilus. Once you get off of him, you lose the water breathing. But the thing that really excites me is, okay, we're going to have this Nautilus. We'll be able to ride in the ocean and build really easily. Excuse me, Hoyt? What you saying there? Yeah, no, it doesn't give you a permanent water breathing, Delta. It just... Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Once you get on the... Kind of. As long as you're riding it, you won't run out of bubbles. But once you get off of him, your bubbles start going down again. So it is still a matter of you have to be careful about drowning. If you're riding him, don't get off unless you're sure it's safe. And you're sure you're not going to drown. But the thing about the Mounts of Mayhem update I'm most excited about, honestly, is the spear. It's a new weapon we're going to get. Zombies will be able to spawn with them if they're riding on a zombie horse. But we will be able to craft these spears, which have a longer reach in combat than the sword. They also have a lunging attack, which means that you're holding the spear in ready position and you can charge forward, smashing through your enemies, knocking them aside a little bit. It's looking to be a really useful weapon, and I'm really hoping for it to be. I'm hoping for it to get a lot of good enchantments. Personally, I'd like if you could throw it like an actual spear can be thrown in real life. But even just having this lunging or charging capability is good too. Alright, so I need my regular pickaxe to break that ice. That's why I came back here. I need that. Right. The spear basically becomes like the it basically has a cooldown. The attack of the spear has a cooldown to balance out how much range it has. But I say that that's just fine because, according to what I know, the spear is able to punch through multiple enemies at once. Wow. Oh, okay, I consider that an honor to hear. I consider that an honor, Hoyt. Thank you. I'm glad I can be of help in that regard, I guess. Ah, I see. Cool. Well, my plan is to definitely use the spear once it becomes available, because I have been waiting for us to be able to hit multiple targets with one hit. And do I care that there will be a cooldown on that attack? No, I do not, because that to me just adds a hint of realism to the spear, and it balances how it'll be able to hit multiple enemies in one shot. Because over on Java Edition, swords can hit multiple enemies in one shot. True, only the main target takes the full damage, but anything around it that can be hit will be hit. And that's a big deal. Because that means you can take out crowds of enemies easier on Java than we can here on Bedrock. On Bedrock, we have to rely on our spam clicking, which has never felt quite right to me. It's never worked well for me. Being able to go to town on enemies with spam clicking is kinda nice, I'll grant, but I would rather our combat be more realistic than not be able to hit multiple enemies at once. Does that make sense? That probably doesn't make any darn sense at all, but... Alright. Well, that's set up. Oh, those guys don't steal my stuff, Hoyt. They actually collect stuff for me. Those little blue guys are called allays. Yeah. I basically explained them in simple terms in the chat now. The allays are basically little companions. They're like flying fairy pets. They'll fly around after you give them an item and collect any of that item that they see. I mean, they can only collect up to a stack at a time, but it's still... It basically gives you a magnet without giving you a magnet, is how I explain it. Oh, no, 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 no. These guys don't steal our stuff. They collect stuff and then bring it to you. But you have to give them an item so that they know what to go and collect. You don't give them an item, they have no idea what you want them to collect. Alright. I need to... Oh, crud. We got squid. Oh, gosh. We got squid up there. Uh-oh. Actually, no, wait. That's good. That's good. If those guys... Ooh. That's actually not bad. If this farm also spawns squid... No, this isn't a water zombie. This is a squid up here. These guys have been part of the game since before the drowned were a thing. But I didn't realize this farm had a chance of spawning them. When these guys die, they have a chance of dropping ink sacs. Which, it's good to collect that because we can use those for book and quill, as well as black dye. So if this farm happens to spawn them, that's fine with me. I got no problem with that. I just didn't realize it was going to spawn them. So it was a little bit of a shock. Yeah, that's all it is. It was just a shock to the system. I getcha. I getcha. Yeah, I was just surprised that they spawned. I didn't know that they would spawn from this. Looks like the gravel hasn't made its way down. Oh well. My one and only complaint about this machine is that it's positioned where I'm gonna have to deal with the which ones? These? The shiny ones? Oh, do you mean these things? That's flint. Yeah, that's just flint. It's used for tools like flint and steel and for arrows. Not particularly useful, but... Okay, this is not working for the items. I gotta actually come back and pick those up. I was hoping I wouldn't have to do that. Come on, little guy. Get over the ledge. There you go. Gotta make sure we bring these guys back with us, because I don't want to lose them. Ah, flint and steel. It's basically like a lighter. It's basically a lighter. You use it to start fires. To light campfires and set blocks on fire. Stuff like that. And arrows we use with a bow to be able to... We launch the arrow from a bow to attack enemies from a distance. Yeah. Yeah. I think so. Well, those two are up there. I think they're just gonna end up fluttering around up there for a while until they realize I'm down here. Yeah, I don't think my little lay buddies can track me from that far away. Well, this one does. Nice. It's called an arrow. Yeah, the thing that gets shot from a bow is called an arrow in English. A bow. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. I will tell you that spelling of that word and the word itself can actually be used to refer to a couple of different things. Hello, Shelly! Hello, Shelly! Welcome to the channel! Welcome to Guardian Studios. Hope you enjoy your time here. Hope you're having a good day, or if you're not, then here's hoping the stream makes your day a little better. You are very welcome, Shelly. This is a family-friendly gaming channel where you are welcome to hang out so long as you keep your chat family-friendly and are not a pain to anybody else. Sorry, I just felt like I should say it that way because that is the truth of it. Treat everybody else nice, you are welcome. Start treating them not so nice, then, scram. Ah, I getcha. I getcha. Alright, let me take a look at the tutorial again. Got to see how does this guy do the roof. 2, 3. I gotta turn on the captions. On the 11th block we place... solid blocks and a layer of slabs. Yep. That makes sense. And then fills in the middle of that with leaves. Oh, bungus. Yeah, here's hoping, Shelly. Hey, glad you're still here, Delta. Glad you're still here, too. Oh. when you're trying to look at a tutorial to know what you gotta do to build something, and the darn thing keeps getting interrupted by ads. Yeah, I got what this guy's saying. Using leaves instead of tinted glass because it's less expensive. And 6 blocks out from that. Okay. So I'm definitely going to need to use a lot of cobblestone or stone bricks or something. Hey, I get you, Delta. I get you. JGuard01 doth be my username. And you guys are welcome to send me, friend requests and anything like that, but please bear in mind, I am a very busy individual, and I don't always see friend requests right away, or really at all. So if I don't friend you back right away, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Because again, I am a very busy bee. But you are more than welcome to send me friend requests whenever you feel like it. I will look at them when I can. But I also will not... I also have to tell you, I cannot promise that I will ever actually accept any of them. Because again, busy bee, don't always see them. But if you ever happen to see me hanging out in a server on Minecraft anywhere, or anywhere else, because I use that username everywhere that I can, feel free to drop in on the game. But for anybody wondering if they can join this world, I'll go ahead and tell you, this one is strictly for solo play. So it's just me. But if I'm ever on a multiplayer world, or I'm on a server, particularly a public server, you are more than welcome to come hang out, and we'll see what kind of chaos we get up to together. Also, was it you, Delta, that said I should check out that Soul Steel server or whatever it is? Just thought you ought to know, I am planning on looking into that soon. Because I'm very curious to see what that's like. Actually looks like it's going to be kind of fun. Took a look at the preview of it, and yeah, it looks like it might be fun. So I am planning to look into that soon. So thank you for having brought it to my attention. I'd already seen a little alert about it on the Minecraft main menu, but having someone bring it to my attention again actually reminded me that I was actually planning on looking into it anyway, so thank you for doing that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Whoop! Yeah, I kind of knew that was going to happen. That's typical me. Typical J-Guard. Come on, Jay. Get your head in the game. Ugh. Hello, Renate! Renate Rides! Welcome, welcome, welcome! Let me know if I'm pronouncing that right or not. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that right or not. Hoyt, a closet. It's basically, it's an upright... How do I explain this? What Delta said. Delta just explained it. Renada. Okay, it just comes up, spelled a different way, so I wasn't sure. Yeah, that's essentially what it is, Hoyt. It's essentially what it is. It's like a clothes rack, but inside of a small room. Ah! Well, I just fell again. That's absolutely funny. Not in the slightest. Get tired of falling down. Boom, 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 bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Up! Not again. Thanks, Delta. Hopefully this thing will actually work the way it's supposed to. I take it with a pinch of salt that it will. And if anybody's curious what that phrase means, if for some reason you haven't heard it before, basically it means I have a little bit of doubt. I have just a little pinch of doubt that this thing will actually work the way it's supposed to. But I'm very hopeful that it will work the way it's meant to. If it works as advertised, it was worth building. And we gotta jump. Woo! Splish! I love doing that. Nope. I don't think it was. I don't think that was that kind of sound. It might have sounded like it. That was just me doing a raspberry. It's that sound one you can make with your mouth. It kind of sounds similar, but it's not actually that. Alright, I have got to get back to Hobbit's Cove. Gotta get into the house, take a nap, and then we can come back and get back to work. Bruh. Okay, the Allays are still back at the Drowned Farm. That's actually good, as far as I'm concerned. Gotta think, what kind of tree am I gonna get the leaves from? Probably a spruce tree. Probably gonna do spruce trees. Duke? Oh, Duke is up here. Duke is hanging out with the other donkeys. You can tell which one is Duke because he's got saddlebags and a saddle. Then, of course, we got my horse, which, at the moment, I'm calling him Tornado. That's a reference to a movie. Calling a black horse Tornado, that's a reference to a movie. A really good movie. Actually, a pair of movies that are really, really good. You can't see, Renata? Why is that? Did your screen start having problems or something? The movies in question have been around for a little while, Hoyt. But they, it's called The Mask of Zorro and The Legend of Zorro. Zorro is basically a swordsman in California back before it became, oh, what? A tornado. A tornado is basically it's a kind of a storm that specifically happens. Yeah, what Delta said. It's a storm that spins. It's a storm that spins and comes all the way down to the ground. Very destructive, very dangerous. We get them... You get them a lot in certain parts of the, We get them a lot in certain parts of the United States. They are extremely destructive, extremely dangerous. Oh, nice! Studying storms, huh? Studying tornadoes. Yeah, they're fascinating. Yeah, they happen in a lot of places and a lot of times. There's... There is, actually a portion of America, the United States of America, that is nicknamed Tornado Alley because it gets... There's pretty much a whole season in part of the year where that area gets a ton of tornadoes. Yeah, pretty sure that's part of it. Pretty sure that's part of Tornado Alley. Again, tornadoes, very dangerous. Especially the stronger ones. Yikes. Whoa. Oh wow, you guys, wow, so you guys know would know a lot more about that than I would. Ah, I see. Huh. Interesting. I fell. I fell. I almost fell back into the ocean. That would not have been good. It would not have been good if I fell into the ocean at this point. I love that we can do this on Bedrock. We call this trick speed bridging. It is so helpful. I can't tell you how often I wish it was a thing on Java Edition. Because for anybody who doesn't know, I do play both versions of the game. Ooh. Yikes, that's kind of scary, Delta. Whew. Bum ba dum bum 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 bum. Makes sense. Makes sense. Alright, building out this way. Aha. Hey, don't get in my way, little buddy. That's one of the few things about a lathe I'm not too keen about. One of the few things that does sometimes annoy. They can make nuisances of themselves by flying in your way when you're building. But the benefits of them far outweigh any issues. At least as far as I'm concerned. Oh, do I have enough cobblestone to finish this? By Jove, I think I might. By Jove, I think we've got it. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I had enough to finish the platform. See, this is the roof of the farm. This is to help cut down on the amount of light that's going to get down to the water in this funnel. Because we got to make sure that this thing will be covered so that we don't have... So we can actually have hostile stuff spawn there. Oh, if I ever say, by Jove, I think I've got it, or something like that, that's just a figure of speech that I picked up from the English. From like, Britain, or areas like that. I don't fully understand the point of it myself, but it's a fun little declaration to kind of say that I'm on the right track. Whoops. Okay, clearly though I am going to need more cobblestone to do this top layer here. Because I gotta cover this thing in slabs to make sure we don't have any hostile mobs, or any mobs at all, spawning up here. So, let's go to the other side, we'll jump off, and we'll head for Hobbit's Cove. Whoop! Yeah! Curse! Splash! Oh, I love that. I love doing that. That is so fun. Falling from a great height and not getting harmed by it, that's actually very satisfying in this game. There's a few games where if you manage to pull that off, it is satisfying. But this is one of the ones where it's particularly fun. More so if you use a water bucket clutch. Yeah, I'd say it wouldn't be a bad idea, Delta. Bum ba-dum bum ba-da-dum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-da-bum bum ba-da-dum bum bum ba-da-bum bum ba-da-dum ba-dum. Whoop 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 yeah whoop yahoo! Possibly, depending on what it is. Up, no, I'm up. Alright, so I'm definitely gonna need more cobblestone. Where can I find some more cobblestone? Right here. Lots of cobblestone to be found here. Sorry for the accent. That was kind of a stereotype British accent. Ah. Then possibly. Possibly. I'm gonna take this with me in case I have to make some more. Ah, nice, nice. Well, then I'm a little more inclined. I am a little more inclined to make the attempt. To make the effort. Bum ba da 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 dum, bum ba da 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 dum, bum ba da da dum, bum bum bum. Brum, bum, brum, bum, bum ba da da dee da 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 dum ba da da dum, bum 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 ba da da dum. Ba-dum, bum bum, ba-dum, bum bum, bum ba-dum, 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 bum bum, bum bum, bum bum, bum bum, bum bum, bum. Hoyt, I think in order to find Delta's channel, all you gotta do is click on his name in the chat, and you can be taken to his channel to take a look at it. I think that's basically what he's saying. Boop, bum. Oop, going up, 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 up. I'm headed up into the farm so that we can see what we have yet to do. Once I put in these slabs, I've got to go and get leaves. Lots and lots of leaves. Ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-dum-bum. Bum 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 ba-da-dum bum 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 ba-da-dee-da-dum. Ba-da-dum ba-dee-da-da-da-dum ba-da-da-da-dum. Boom 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 brum bum bum. Whoops. Za-da-dee-da-da-da-da-da-dum. Oh, there once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The wind blew up her bottom, down below my bullet boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She'd not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a white whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. All hands to the side harpooned and fought her when she dived down low. Well, soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. No line was cut, the whale was freed. The captain's mind was not agreed. He belonged to a whaleman's creed. She took that ship in tow. Well, soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. For 40 days or even more, line went slack and tight once more. All boats were lost, there were only 4, and still the whale did go. Well, soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may... As far as I've heard, the fight's still on, the line's not cut, and the whale's not gone. The wellerman makes his regular call to encourage the captain, crew, and all. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, We'll take our leave and go. Thank you very much, Delta. I quite enjoy that song. It's actually very fun. Alright, so I can get back up here to put in the leaves. So it's time to drop. Woohoo! Splish! Alright, let's head back to Hobbit's Cove again. I gotta pick up a block of glass, and I need to get a ton of leaves. And I mean a ton of leaves. Actually, I might... Yeah, looking at the time, I think I might call this session to a close here. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do, and we'll finish up the farm in the next session. So, I'm going to go and say thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Check out the About page for links to other pages with more content and more ways to support the channel. Share the channel with your friends if you think they might enjoy the content too. And, of course, do not forget to turn on notifications by giving that notification bell a good old smack. That way you won't miss the next stream or video. With that all being said, thank you once again for watching. I am JGuard01, your guide, your bard, and your humble host into the world's virtual. And I'll see you all next time, right here on Guardian Studios. Bye!